Well, a very good and warm afternoon to you here at EVES Auction Room. Jordan Simbright's my name. I'll be your auctioneer today, helping, of course, assist in the buying and selling of your wonderful properties, or perhaps your potential new wonderful property if you're here to purchase. It's an absolute pleasure to help and assist you along the way, and of course we will work together and try and get the best outcome for you. Now, of course, introductions. Every good front man really needs a good band. And well, my band is these wonderful names and faces that you see on the screen. Now at the top, Robin, she's sitting next to me up here. She does all the technology on the screen behind me, makes your wonderful properties look great, of course, as we send them out over the live stream. You do, of course, see me looking up at the ceiling anytime today. I am, of course, addressing everybody on the live stream, watching online. Very warm welcome to you, and of course, everyone in the room there. Names down the bottom: Craig, Trevor, Jill and Louise. They are managers within the company and what we call our expert team of negotiators. If we get some bidding from the floor and it's not quite at a level where my instructions say you need to be, I may pause the auction and give you an opportunity to talk to one of these people here, see if we can help you across the line. I'll get into that further, but of course just remind you today you do bid and buy on a cash unconditional basis, due diligence completed, and you do have a couple of formalities to complete. If you do win today, you will need to sign the contract and of course arrange your 10% deposit, which is due. Now you do also acknowledge you have received the REA buying and selling guide. There's multiple copies out in the foyer, there's probably multiple copies in your glove box, on your fridge at home. Been around for a long time, they've been there, you've probably had one at every open home you went through. But if you would like a final perusal, they're outside, along with the finalised documentation, of course. That is, of course, what we bid and buy against today. And you'll see the front page superimposed up here on the screen there. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the conduct individually, but I will just point out a couple of really important parts of it. Vendor bidding. Now, vendor bidding, it is purely a way of the sellers saying to the buyers, through me, the auctioneer, hey, we really appreciate your bidding, but at this level, we're not for sale. So if you would like to buy the property, well, your numbers, they will need to be north of mine, the vendor bidder. Now, those numbers, they are always well below reserve, and purely, as I say, to help you. We're here to assist you get across the line and take home those keys today. So, of course, vendor bid's always clearly labelled as such, and purely with the intention to help you along the way. Phone bidders, if we have any phone bidders, I'll attempt to point those out to you as we get to each auction. Rest assured all the paperwork's been cited, signed off and approved by all parties necessary on that front. Now, before we kick off, did we have any questions in the room? Everyone understand the process here today? We can do some practice raising our hands if you like. That's how I'll accept your bids. Hands up like that. You can give me a nod however you like. A nice friendly smile might do the job today. Wish you all the very best if your intentions are to buy, of course. And with that, well, we'll move on to our first property. Now, 27 Yatton Street. Axel Martinez has been marketing this brick and tile home. And, well, brick and tiles, well, they've stood the test of time. And at 27 Yatton Street, this tidy brick and tile, it offers you a great step up, or onto the ladder, that is, for first home buyers, perhaps another property in your investment portfolio. Now, the legal description, we'll go to that now. It is firstly an estate in fee simple as to an undivided half share in 865 square metres, more or less. And secondly, an estate and leasehold. Now, both the first and second estates comprised and described under that record of title, SA 27D, folio 467. Now, your settlement date, that's your move-in date, ladies and gentlemen. That is 15 working days from the date of sale, or other such date as mutually agreed upon between all parties there. Chattels list, just the list on the screen there. No changes to the chattels, as I'm told, so you can bid with confidence on that front there. And the further terms of sale page just refers to 23.0, the purchaser acknowledging the flats plan and the property is defective, and on that basis the garage has been extended beyond its original footprint. The purchaser acknowledges this and they have no right to requisition of the title, clause 6.0 general terms. Okay, well, the property itself, like Duran, Bon Jovi, this home too, it is an iconic 80s figure with a decent footprint featuring 2 large bedrooms and of course potential to convert it to a third. This is a great offering for new families or those just starting to grow. Now, your main living spaces, well, they offer good heating to take the chill away as we approach these cooler months, which you will have started to notice are creeping up very quickly. And of course, there is potential to add value to a home like this, but it's also more than comfortable to move right in and start living your best life. Now, it is situated in all levels of zoned, rather, in all levels of schooling, offers the views across Pemberton Park. Now, it does have a weekly rental appraisal of upwards of $500 per week. Look, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your motivation for buying a property like this, now is the time to do it. Call for only offer. Phone that are registered over here, Axel.
480.
480, okay, at 480. Perhaps something a little bit higher than that to get us started, a little bit south of my instructions. Give you a second to get that across. Open it to the room as well, though, not just everyone in the room is welcome to come along. Do have the phone bidder over here. Give them a second to transfer that across the lines. Okay, well, that was what he would like. We'll call it out to the room, though, see if there's anything further. I'll call it first time, though. Second opportunity. Third chance. Actually, can we get him to improve his offer? He'll need to be north of where he is now. My instructions say 480 is nowhere near where I need to be.
Just too low at this stage.
Just give him a moment to put that over the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen.
Positive on that?
No, well, at 480, I mean, I'm sure we'd all agree a property such as this, at 480, well, you know, you might be able to take away the downpipes or something like that, but at 480, we won't accept that bid there, so call it a final opportunity to the room there. Last chance here, Axel, but if there's nothing, we'll close it. We'll deal with some conditional interest. I know there's some strong conditional interest on a property such as this. No, okay. Well, we'll close the auction, ladies and gentlemen. You've got that conditional interest, Axel. Wish you the best of luck on that one there. Auction closed. If you've got any interest, give Axel a call. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue on. Lot number 2 today. 22A Seaview Road in Otamotai. Lucy Beaton, Jason Hyde Hills, they've been proudly marketing this property, and what a wonderful offering it is. It's situated in the desirable Pillins Point School Zone. It's recently repainted and recarpeted. Well, it awaits new owners today. Legally described, it is a freehold estate being 500 square metres, more or less. Record of title is 26643. Your settlement date, well, that's down as 30 working days from the date of sale. There is a little bit of flexibility up the sleeve should you need it there. And your chattels list, well, that's up on the screen for you to have one final perusal over. Now, spacious living, well, that complements the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms that this home offers. Now, the master bedroom, of course, with that ensuite, the walk-in robe, well, there shouldn't be queues in the morning with the multiple bathrooms, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be get the kids ready, get yourself ready, out the door, enjoy your day. Of course, coming home to this wonderful property at the end of it. You've got the harbour and the Mount Maunganui views. Well, they are just that cherry on top for this wonderful living opportunity. Outside, you have that wraparound deck. Well, that's great for entertaining. It's access from multiple exits off the living and dining areas, and of course, it is all served by that wonderful modern kitchen. Close to the Otamotai Golf Course, a short walk to the foreshore, Burrito Precinct, and the local cafes. Well, they are handy if you fancy a nice espresso in the morning. A good way to catch up with friends as well. It's a short commute to the city. The Chapel Street ranks for travel further afield. It is well located. If you ask me, it is the winning combination being location and lifestyle. So, ladies and gentlemen, in your hands now, who says go on 22A Seaview Road? Call for an opening bid in the room. Cash interest, that's who we're here for. Call it around the room then, folks. This is your opportunity. If you're interested, speak now. Okay, look, we'll close the property then, close the auction, pass it back to you. A few phone calls to make. I'm sure the phone will be very busy, knowing that this one's still available. Wish you both the best of luck. Thank you. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue on now. 21 Bookie Drive. Now this is another lovely brick and tile offering. This time into Bookie, this tiny 2-bedroom unit, it offers easy access to the town centre and of course multiple levels of schooling. They are just around the corner as well. To the legal description I go now. Firstly, an estate in fee simple as to an undivided half share in 753 square metres more or less. And secondly, an estate in leasehold. Both the first and second estates being comprised and described under the record of title SA 69A, folio 767. Now the settlement date that's down is 19 May 2023. There is a little bit of flexibility should we need it there. And your chattels list, well your chattels list that is up on the screen for you to have a look over there. Further terms of sale page, it's been in the documentation, but I'll just read over 23.0. The purchaser is deemed to have accepted the condition and state of repair of all chattels, equipment, systems and devices. Purchaser may not make any claims or complaints in respect of such matters, therefore clause 9.31 of the general terms does not apply. Now, this property is partially renovated and it's a great little unit that can provide a perfect first home for perhaps a younger couple or a family starting out on their journey there. Maybe the professional singles looking just to get a start, get a foot in the door and perhaps another step up the rung of the ladder there. It would be a great offering. How comfortable does it look? Potential, of course. Well, that's a word that we don't use too lightly, but this one it does have potential to add value. But of course, as I mentioned, so comfortable you could move right in and just start enjoying. It does offer a very spacious living area and modern kitchen and bathroom. Well, that just makes the living an absolute breeze. To Bookie, well, it is only a short drive from Papamoa, of course. Easy access as well if you are planning to venture a little bit further afield, coming into the Tauranga CBD. Well, it's not too much of a problem now when you live at a wonderful property like we offer you here at 21 Bookie Drive. So, in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, where do we start? No point looking at the ground. I'm up here, property's up here. The keys, they're in my pocket. Not quite. But they could be in your pocket if you bid away and win today. Call around the room. This is your opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I can call it 3 times if you'd like, but now's the opportunity to tell me. I call it once, twice, third chance. Okay, well, look, we're going to close the auction on this one, Kelly, but I know we've got some strong motivation. What's going to buy the property up here?
The vendors have instructed us to make the property there. Moving forward, it's $595,000.
$595,000. Below $600,000 for a great property like this, eh? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it will take. If you're watching on the live stream, you like the look of what you see up on the screen there, give Kelly a call. Only too happy to help. I know he is. So I wish you the best of luck with that one, Kelly. Thanks very much.
Thanks, George.
No worries. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, again, very warm welcome if you have just joined us. Of course, if you've just joined us over the live stream, nice to see you watching along as well. Lot number 4 today, well, it is a wonderful property there, 5B Stratford Place. Carol Dovey, she's been marketing this property, turning up to the open homes, I can imagine. Has been, well, hardly work, is it, when you turn up to a property like this? Beautiful views, which I'll touch on in just a second. In fact, we'll touch on them now because they are so great there and they change your view. Well, it changes with the tides, of course, because your outlook is just forever changing every 6.5 hours basically, because you've got that tide coming in, you look out over the harbour there. Well, it is wonderful and it's a comfortable and lovely home, of course, here in Stratford Place. Now we'll go to the legal description. Firstly, it is a cross-lease freehold. Firstly, an estate in fee simple, undivided half share being 933 square metres more or less. Secondly, an estate in leasehold. Both the first and second estates comprised and described under that record of title SA 23A, folio 1168 of the South Auckland Land Registry. Now your settlement date, that is set for 21 days from the date of sale, but again, a little bit of flexibility if you need to use it up the sleeve there. Chattels list, you'll see it on the screen again. Make sure you're aware that's all included, of course, when you buy the home today. Now, oozing with charm and just a little bit of X factor as well. This home enjoys multiple living areas, so you can sip tea in the morning, or perhaps on a Saturday morning with some friends around, a great opportunity to catch up on how the week's been, or perhaps on Friday nights, kick back, talk workday stories with the better half. Well, it's completely up to you, but I know it will be nothing but a breeze here. Out in the garden, well, there is plenty of space to run and play for the little ones. You've got those established gardens, of course, and those wonderful views from sunrise to sunset. Well, they are all just thrown in when you buy here. Location, it is fabulous. You're zoned for Pillins Point School, and with plenty of amenities just down the road, around the corner. Plus, I also should mention the home, it does have that sleep out. Could be a great place to send the teenagers when you both require just a little bit of space, or perhaps a permanent guest wing for when your visitors come to stay, which I can only imagine you will be in high demand when you live here. So, ladies and gentlemen, property of this calibre, we call for wonderful new owners who match. Is it you? Let me know. Where do we start? Around the room then, ladies and gentlemen, cash buyers, unconditional of course, done your due diligence, and you're here, ready to go. Okay, well it doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, Carol, so if there's nothing further, we'll close the auction there, but again, very motivated vendors. Their instructions to us today, we are to price the property. Absolutely. So the instructions I have here, we will price the property at $995,000, folks. So views like that, well, I'd imagine the $995 buys the views alone, but we'll throw in the house if you pay that price there, folks. So wonderful buy, $995,000. Give Carol a call. She's only too happy to have. Thanks very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, lot number 5 today. It is 275 on Waihi Road. Jason Hyde Hills, he's back again. He's a busy man, always turning up. He's got some wonderful properties which he brings to the market for you, our vendors, and hopefully for you, our buyers, as well. Now this one, it is filled with character. This 1930s bungalow, it captures outlooks of Maui and the Kaimai Ranges. 3 bedrooms with plenty of potential. Well, this 275 Waihi Road, it could be yours. Legally described, it is a freehold estate, being 491 square metres more or less. Unique identifier SA7A folio 312. The settlement date, well, there's a bit of time there to get your affairs in order. We've got 60 working days from the date of sale, but again, we offer a little bit of flexibility with that. And your chattels list, well, not too much to get your head around there, but of course included the further terms of sale page 23.0. Of course, the purchaser has relied on its own judgment and not a warranty or representation made by the vendor or anyone on behalf there. And so, of course, you've done your due diligence. You can bid with confidence today. Now, currently operating as a clinic, this family home, it offers an opportunity for DIYers or doer-uppers, depending on what you like to call yourself. Perhaps it is a great family base. However you wish to use it, folks, get yourself a great opportunity here. 3 bedrooms, the main home, of course, sharing a fully modernised tiled bathroom, whilst the sleep out, well, that offers a 4th bedroom, or perhaps a guest wing for when the parents come to stay. Outside the main home, a sunny deck makes a perfect place to sit back, maybe set up the barbie for when summer does roll back round. I know it's almost confusing when you get a beautiful day like this, but trust me, the weekend doesn't look like it's coming the same. But the wonderful home, it does offer you that single carport. You've got off-street parking. That just adds to the appeal here. And whilst the mature trees and plantings, well, they do add to the atmosphere as well, you've also got a great location when you purchase here, because you are zoned for great schooling and, of course, close to all the great amenities that you could desire. So, 275 Waihi Road. Is the new owner in the room? If so, let it be known. I'll call it now. We look for an open offer. Okay, all quiet at this stage then, but I can't imagine it'll be quiet for long. We'll give you a last opportunity if you're a cash buyer in the room for this one. Let us know. Okay, Jason, look, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, but again, a little bit of work to do. I know you've got some phone calls to make. You're going to be busy this afternoon, aren't you? So, wish you the best of luck on that one there, and we'll close that auction there. Any interest, of course, give Jason a call.
Thank you.
No problem. And then, ladies and gentlemen, well, that does conclude our auctions for today. We do really appreciate you coming along and, of course, tuning in on the live stream. And we will see you again next Thursday for another wonderful lineup of properties. Wish you the best afternoon. Goodbye.